Hey, it's me Naomi, and if you're wondering why I have a towel and I've got my little parting ready, it's because I'm going to dye my hair today. And I'm also, whilst I do this, seeing as this is super boring to watch and do, I thought I'd make it fun by doing the throwback tag. So I guess we'll just get started and see where this ends up. So the first question is, what year were you born in? And that is 1996. To me that still sounds like it's super young, like it was quite recent that I was born. That makes no sense. But not really, seeing as I'm 21. Okay, so the second question is, do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? And luckily I have a really photo kind of orientated and video orientated family, where my dad loved to get the, you know, most recent gadgets. Back then obviously you didn't have really mobile phones with good qualities and stuff like that, so it was all like the camcorders and stuff. So yeah, I got loads and loads of photos, and I will sure plonk some here of me as a little blonde kid. Okay, so number 3 is, what TV shows did you grow up watching? Oh my gosh, so it was Disney Channel and Nickelodeon were my prime ones. And I'm going to take these gloves off for a minute. I actually wrote a blog post about this tag, so obviously I spent time sat down and thought about all these shows. So what I've done is I've gone back to it, and I'm going to read you a nice little list. So, Hannah Montana, Lizzie McGuire, Wizards of Waverly Place, That's So Raven, Phineas and Ferb, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Fairly Odd Parents, Malcolm in the Middle, Simpsons, Futurama, and I know for a fact there are so many more, but those were the ones that popped into my head. Okay, number 4 is, what did you want to be when you were younger, when you were older? That makes no sense. When you were younger, what did you want to be when you were older? And to be honest, I had an obsession with animals, specifically dogs. So in my head, I wanted to be a kennel owner. I know, still do, to be honest. Like, it's never really actually that is the second part of that question, actually, is do you still want to be it now? So yeah, I had this fantasy to own a kennel so I could see endless counts of dogs all day, every day. And I guess I still do now, but obviously I want to go into media. That's my prime wannabe. Yeah, I'm finding this really hard to multitask and do this at the same time. I feel like I'm not thinking things through. I've missed a step, or like I'm doing things wrong. So just, yeah, bear with me if I'm paused for quite a while. Hopefully I can edit that one out though. Can I just say, to people who dye their hair quite a lot, please don't judge me on how I do this, because in all honesty, I've dyed my hair this way. This is my second time. And before that I used to use directions and literally just stick it all on my hair. So this is basically a piss take, me doing this, because it's just an absolute joke. So anyway, we'll get on to number 5. Show a video of yourself when you were younger. Here is the montage. Okay, number 6 is, what was your favourite toys to play with as a kid? Now, I will put up a picture right now of me and my sister when we were super young playing in a playhouse, because I absolutely loved playhouses. That was like before, you know, the whole Bratz and Barbies and stuff like that. I used to love playing in my little wooden playhouse and used to make mud pies. I'm sure all of you guys used to make mud pies. What was the most embarrassing thing you can remember yourself doing? So I was at the point where I was losing like all my teeth, all my baby teeth, not just my adult teeth. And oh god, I'm so bad at dyeing my hair. I feel like you guys were watching this cringing so hard. Yeah, so I was brushing my teeth, and one of my loose teeth fell out, and I just randomly just wet myself. Just straight there. I think I saw that it had fallen out, and the shock just got to me, and I just wet myself straight there on the bathroom floor. And I just started laughing so much, and then my sister came out of her room and literally couldn't stop laughing for about an hour. Even when I bring it up to her today, she still laughs. Like, it was hysterical to her. and my mum just kind of looked at me like, what the hell? And yeah, so that was pretty embarrassing as well, just wetting yourself, but luckily it was in my house, so it wasn't in front of anyone. So number 8 is read something that you wrote when you were in kindergarten or reception. So I don't actually have anything to hand, but I'm sure if I went up in my attic back in Cornwall, I would find many pieces of paper and drawings and stuff. But I think if I could guess, what I probably wrote when I was in reception was probably something to do with dogs or penguins or any type of animal. That was literally my life when I was in reception. Okay, so number 9 is 3 songs you used to listen to as a child. One of them was Wheatus, Teenage Dirtbag. Yeah, I know, if you guys know that song, I'm surprised that I was allowed to listen to it as a kid. Shame on you, mum and dad. Gwen Stefani, Sweet Escape. Me, my sister and my neighbour, we used to spend hours in the evening making up dance routines. Yeah, I'm trying to think, there was one more. Oh, and The Tide is High by Atomic Kitten. That was also another song that we used to make the up dance moves for. Let's put this back on. Is that even possible? Apparently not. Okay, so number 10 is, what was one of the funniest things you dressed up for in Halloween? I didn't really dress up as many things because I always would like reuse the same outfit each year. I always used to dress up as a cat, and my sister always used to dress up as a witch. Cue the photo. Uh-oh. We're getting to the end. I don't know how my hair's gonna look. But I've missed a massive patch somewhere. I have ruined these jeans, like I can't even, I'll show you at the end, but I've ruined them, like there's no saving them. Number 11 is tell a funny story of something you remember happening as a child. There was one time I was really ill and I had a fever, and I actually started to hallucinate, and I was like talking gibberish, and me and my sister used to share a room, and I went to sleep, I think, or I was even in the lounge, and I just started talking gibberish because I was just like so like feverish and lightheaded. My sister thought I was possessed. Yeah, so that's quite a funny thing. I can't remember, like my whole life was funny, so I can't pinpoint things, but if I had to, I would say that probably was quite a funny moment. She's still pretty much like it now. Yeah. Okay, so number 12 is, are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? Up until recently I don't know if you guys remember Bear in the Blue House. Cue the photo. I don't know if you remember the orange bear there, that was called Ojo. I used to have a little toy of him. I also think I still have my first ever teddy bear, which was a yellow bunny rabbit. Okay, are you ready? Look. And these are like one of my favourite pairs of jeans. I don't know why I didn't think that it was gonna get me at all. I mean, look at my forehead. So, that's fun. Number 13 is, what was something weird you used to do as a child? I used to sleep, talk, and walk, which I think most people, you know, do now, and I think it's very common in kids. But I remember at one point, I walked into my parents' room and was like, I almost went into our like outdoor like landing. What's that called? A balcony? Yeah. Okay, so the second to last question, which is number 14, was, what was one of the scariest things you can remember happening to you as a kid? Now, nothing super scary has ever happened to me in the sense of it, you know, like freaking me out to this day. But I would definitely say when I was younger, every Halloween, the Most Haunted Live, they used to do it. So it'd be like live all night and they'd go and look for ghosts and stuff. And I remember, I think it was like a tradition of ours every Halloween, but I'm not sure if they did it more often, and we may have done it then. But obviously we'd be off for half term, so we'd be up really late, obviously waiting for like trick-or-treaters and stuff, and then we'd watch Most Haunted live, and my sister used to have to sleep with my mum, I think, or we all used to have to like watch something happy before we went to bed, and that obviously was quite scary, especially at our age, about ghosts and stuff. But yeah, that's like the scariest thing I can remember. I've never been on rides either, so it's not even like I could be scared by a ride, because I don't even put myself in that position. But yeah, so that's it. Number 15, I'm going to wait to answer until I have gone for a shower and washed all this hair dye out. So yeah, I'll have to wait then.
1 hour later.
Okay, so I just blasted my hair with a hairdryer because it takes so long to dry, so normally I don't bother. I'm not sure if this lighting does it any justice, but it has been a success so far. I cannot see any clear bits that I have missed. So there you go, and as I promised, I'll answer the last question. Number 15 is, how was the world different today than how it was when you were a kid? As the most common answer, I will say the internet. The internet was around when I was younger, but it was not widely used. Back when I used to make YouTube videos when I was like 12, like it just wasn't a thing to do. Like, I think that is why I love doing it, is because I was different. But nowadays it's so common to make YouTube videos and to use YouTube, and also to like be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's just like crazy. Like, it is the main means of communication, and no way am I complaining, because I am a victim to social media, but it is just mental. Like, even when I was younger it was still used quite a bit, but like I never realised it being as much as it is now. Like, the fact that it's grown, I didn't even imagine when I was younger. Like, I just, you know, you just don't expect it. So yeah, that's my most common answer, is probably, you know, the fact that the internet wasn't as widely used back then. But I love it. I like the internet. It's done good. That is the end of my throwback tag. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you laughed loads at how I dyed my hair. But in all honesty, it didn't go too bad, so I couldn't give it. Okay, I will see you guys soon, I am sure. Bye. That game where you close your eyes and you had to find the person in the room. I guess in America I think they call it Marco Polo, I think. But we used to have, is it Blindsman Bluff?